Americans take off in airplanes, they should expect to land at their destination. That didn't happen yesterday. That's not acceptable.
And we're here to assure the American people that we are going to leave no stone unturned in this investigation.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us. We begin with new details on what is being called the deadliest plane crash in the United States in almost 24 years.
Here's what we know tonight. Rescue efforts have turned to recovery now in the cold waters of the Potomac River, where a passenger plane and military helicopter plummeted after colliding. Officials say all 64 passengers and crew on the jet and the 3 soldiers in the chopper are presumed dead. A new preliminary report from the FAA points to staffing inside the air traffic control tower at Reagan Washington National Airport at the time of the crash, saying it was, quote, not normal. Let's go now to NBC's Jay Gray. He is near the airport tonight with the latest. Jay, good evening to you.
Hey, good evening, Russ. Good evening, Christy. And flights have resumed here. In fact, did just before the noon hour at Reagan National, but nothing is normal as you would expect. In fact, those flights taking off tonight are flying directly over the crash site.
Teams continue to search the bitter cold waters of the Potomac. Their mission now shifting from rescue to recovery.
At this point, we don't believe there are any survivors from this accident.
A horrific midair collision.
Crash. This is Alert 3.
An American Airlines regional jet on final approach to Reagan National Airport with 60 passengers and 4 crew members, and an Army Black Hawk chopper, 3 soldiers on board during what's described as a routine training flight, both aircraft exploding into a fireball at impact.
We will look at the aircraft, we will look at the helicopter, we will look at the environment in which they were operating in.
Investigators stress finding a cause is going to take some time. They'll analyze black box flight data recorders and cockpit voice recordings, as well as air traffic control communications, and eventually literally piece together the wreckage.
That we are going to leave no stone unturned in this investigation.
As that work continues, so does the difficult task of finding the victims. Dozens have been pulled from the crash site, crews promising to continue until all 67 who died are found. A group that includes several young figure skaters and their coaches.
It's a close, tight bond, and I think for all of us, we have lost family.
Overwhelming loss that so many families are dealing with right now.
Yeah, just very difficult and will be for quite some time. Let's get back to the investigation for just a moment, Russ. I can tell you that the NTSB has said they have not located either the data recorders or voice cockpit recorders from either of the aircraft, but don't have any concerns that they won't. They feel like they'll find that in the next couple of days here. They're also taking a look at how busy the airspace is here at Reagan National. In fact, the main runway here, the busiest in the nation, with 800 takeoff and landings every day.
All right, Jay Gray, just outside of Reagan National Airport, outside of Washington, D.C. Thank you so much.